is an example of a new type of movement in the especially management community, scholarship community. And it sort of exemplifies the strive among many schools and many programs to position the practice and theory in a different way than has happened in the past. That these are not separate but integrated aspects of managerial action and experience. And how do you see that this type of movement is going to shape the future of the management scholarship and education in general?
My experience in business is that there's a big pressure just to get things done, just to no, don't reflect on it, just do it. You don't have time to do that, and that works until something doesn't work, and then it's why doesn't this work anymore? And it is the hopefully one of the things that comes out of this is the practitioner scholar answers the question, why? Why did it work? Why didn't it work? Why? What does it take to make it work, and so on? So it's a hopefully what comes out of it, I think, from the practitioner side, is a more reflective practitioner who not only helps society, but also his company on a practical basis to solve complex problems.
Because I'd like to see this also have an impact on the way that we do research within business schools. Because I think for too long we've tended to do research based on theory, and then maybe as a last thought at the end we've then tried to translate that into something that's useful. What I'd like to see happen now as a result of this move towards a closer relationship perhaps between practice and academia and this idea of practitioner scholars is for us to move much more towards a co-production model where we work, whereas academics or as practitioner scholars we work with practice when we're creating the research and throughout the research so that we can make sure we end up with something that's relevant, that can be exploited and has a real impact on practice, rather than it being kind of an afterthought when we've done our nice academic piece of research at the end.
Just a thought about, I think the strength of this movement, engaged management scholarship. I think universities throughout the world in a way are threatened in their legitimacy and social utility. And for me this type of research is a way for university to maybe find another role in the society, helping managers but also stakeholders to be more reflexive in terms of ethics and impact.
It's interesting to look at different types of professional schools, and now in this case we are of course interested in management and business related to this journal, but there are also schools like in architecture, there are schools in music, there are schools in design, and some of these schools are also very highly esteemed schools of academic value. But they are, most of them, quite different from business schools. Business schools are somehow forgotten in a way their core professional commitment to professional practice. Whereas in a typical music conservatory, one of the best professors would also be a performing artist. She would also play the violin at big concerts, and she would be a professor on the violin. Now, she's a practitioner scholar in her academic discipline, and what I think we should try to develop, and what is happening now, are mixed roles, more roles of practitioners that are also scholars, and roles of scholars that are also practitioners. Not that we should not be different, that's very, very important, but we should have these more mixed roles, and I think they will help us build better business schools for the future.